the Mashmashu, the Anunnaki Charmer, meaning tempter, seducer. In Akkadian, Mashu means twins, Gemini, the depiction of which would have been two lions, or cheetahs entwined as one. This would be Ni, the Enini, meaning they, them. Pazuzu was the protector over children, protection from Lamashtu, who stole children in the night, which identifies a scapegoat rite, and the purpose, the trigger, would be Ni, Malam, fear, mentioned as a substance worn by the Anunnaki. In connection with these demons, we are told, its radiance, its Ni, Malam, fear, immense, its claws drip with bile, and causes tears in all lands. And I have found it is in line with the Sanskrit Ni, lead to, cause to, infinitive, possibly immortality, bend, incline, pour out or in, the offering, to offer, sacrifice, perform, accomplish. Mashu, the twins, may also be Enki and Enlil, or possibly Shamash, who dwells within Ishtar, the children of Zu. Know thy enemy. Translation, Bel, Zu. Alternatively, the Lord or God of wisdom. What kind of wisdom? We've already mentioned that. Or perhaps the twins are Mushusu, who also has a female version aligning with Ishtar. Ishtar meaning the pit of destruction. But regardless of interpretation, together they form the royal gods, one of which is the pit to the underworld, and the other a devoted curse thereof, as seen more clearly within Shukwamuna and Shumalaya, who, similar to Pazuzu, were a cursed protection upon the armor, cursing anyone who destroyed it, and again worn by the ancient kings and queens. This would be a curse in art form, which would be the face of the deep, worn by the Caesars of Rome, and the word Caesar in line with deceiver. Lu, light, bright, shining, treachery, lies, deceit. They are the gatekeepers, aligned with Jinn, meaning to conceal, used to conceal their true natures. We are blinded by the light. The Jinn, the gatekeepers, were employed by the nobility to protect the gateway entrance to the palace prison of the Anunnaki. Ishtar, the pit of destruction, the queen of heaven, of An, Sumerian heaven, the underworld. I ask you, why were the Anunnaki locked in a palace prison, and why was a demon created to release them? Why do the so-called royals mirror this existence? My answer would be due to the curse of abundance, the American dream, the ramifications of greed. In Egypt, Mashu would be the gods of the horizon, the gate of Ra and Apep, previously known as Shesmu, who align with the lion of Babylon. That would be the teeth of sin. W in Hebrew, M in Sumerian. A twin-peaked mountain, described by poets as both the seat of the gods and the underworld, thereby defining an Ishtar. It is the gate of God, of the gods once demons. This ritual act, in which an exorcist, the Asipu or Mashmashu, one who casts out demonic powers, they participated and symbolized the ridding of the community of the powers of chaos. Note, Mamu is chaos personified. Symbolized simply means suggested, interpreted as, meaning thought to be. The truth is, they openly invoked Pazuzu, using the power of the Logos, chaos, Mamu. Mamu also means art, thou who art in heaven. They opened the gate with animal sacrifices, and much worse. If ever there was an example of misinterpretation, this would be it. In Sumerian Akkadian, Mash, the interest on a loan, rent, profit, produce, yield of a field. Pazuzu was the god of the battlefield, and therefore the god of fertility. But alternatively, at the same time, Mash, a kid, a child, cognate with he-goat. Animals were not the only things sacrificed. I believe these people misinterpreted the text, or possibly much more sinisterly. The goat mirrors that which happens in the shadows. So when we hear of a goat sacrifice, one should also hear the former. They are synonymous. Another alternative, but again related, extispicy, divination based on the entrails of a sacrificed animal, a sacrificial animal to scrutinize, inspect. And again, one should also hear the former. Now the letters Z, S, Sh, U, or Lu, Dib, or Dab are all interchangeable with M, giving us all the components for mush. But as the aforementioned mush was related to inspecting the offering, we will use Shu or simply Zu, meaning hand, share, portion, bundle, strength, control, to pour, as the offering was served with a libation, a magic drink of spittle and water, ambrosia, the food of the gods. What would you expect from disgusting demons? It is also a ritual for the Royal Marines. I ask why. But I know why. It was used to transfer the power and awaken the statue of Pazuzu, the god of the battlefield. Their lord, Pazuzu, can mean golden tablet, or gold leaf, or the golden cup, which would be the golden cup used to invoke Pazuzu, the golden chalice. Alternatively, sweet tablet or sweet leaf, conceivably due to the offerings, for example the sweet child, the gold, their best wine and food stock. For the gods, of course, why else? And if they did not, the spirits of disease would awaken. This, of course, mirrors what is happening today. These priests were not and are not good men, and by this time in history, I'm quite sure that they did not understand the fire they were playing with. Pazuzu, the god of the dead, Pazuzu, the golden tablet, or gold leaf. In Greece, golden tablets is the collective name of a more or less coherent group of around 30 Greek texts, written on gold leaf, on very thin and small gold foil, placed upon the body of the deceased. Similar to paying the boatman, it is an offering for the spirits of the dead. They come from all over the Greek world, between 500 BC and 200 AD, with a peak in Hellenistic times, obviously derived from the priests of Bel Marduk. So that would be gold upon the face of the dead from the deep. Zuzu, gold, is alternatively mumu, to ignite the roars and screams of exorcism. In Sanskrit, mumu means face, the golden face of the deep, alternatively the face of Lord Zu. As mentioned, S is interchangeable with M, so the messenger Zuzu, who is the original oracle, the head, cognate with voice of the deep. Zuzu is a part of the body, specifically the stomach, in line with Zu, sin, meaning to swallow. Zu means hand. Igigi is the eye of the watcher, the builders of the first and second temple, soon to be thrice great. And there are many aspects of Marduk's 50 titles which refer to body parts, almost as if it, their god, has been dissected. And metaphorically speaking, we are being fed, each part, piece by piece. Mushusu is a hybrid creature, is it not? A hybrid dragon, positioned at the feet of the supreme god of Babylon, Marduk. And if we combine Mamu and Zuzu and the worship of Mashmashu, we have Mushusu. Shush, it's a secret. Mashmashu meaning the twin goats, or the twinned children from the house of the dead, aligning perfectly with the new Exorcist movie. Sorry, I mean documentary.